Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Just recently decided to make a dedicated channel for my technology stuff because we have been doing a lot of cool stuff recently and I would love to share it with you. So today, what I want to do is show you my menu bar and what we are doing with it. Might find some interesting things here, maybe some things you haven't heard of. And we'll just go down the list here real quick. So, let's see. We got Time Machine. Recently put that on an SSD, and that was a good idea because now it doesn't make any noises and it backs up hourly. That's a good peace of mind. I'll tell you a little story. Recently, I had a hard drive crash and it was bad. And could not get into it, did all the recovery things, went through the terminal, ran all these commands, tried to reset the PRAM, the VRAM, all the RAMs, okay? Did not work. And as luck would have it, my external HD hard drive also on the exact same day toppled over and busted itself. I'm sure maybe it could be salvaged if I took it somewhere, but was inoperable. So the Time Machine backup on that was gone. So recently, when I got it back up and running, which of course I just did a manual recovery, took everything on the hard drive, and then did manual reinstalls of everything to get it back and working. Here's the next one. This is dropover. Now, if you've ever heard of Yoink, this is Yoink or on steroids. Let me show you how it works, okay? All you do, the easiest way to use it, there's multiple things you can do with it, but you jiggle around a little folder and then you drop it in, okay? And then you can have it move over to the side like that. So, really cool, really useful, especially when you got to copy a lot of stuff over and, you know, you just pick it up, jiggle it around. Next one here. Let's see. What do we got? Oh, this is a fun one. This is one a lot of people don't know about. It's called shortcat. Okay? Shortcat is cool. Let me show you how. Okay? Shift. I put the command on shift command space. All right? Check that out. On any web page you're on, let's open up Safari real quick. Okay? And let's say we have this open and we want to navigate on our page, okay? Invoke the command and you can get around. You can go, let's go over to Imgur. Let's go over to PI, okay? And then you can use the standard keys to close a window, or you can say close window and it closes. It's that easy. So that is shortcat, ladies and gentlemen. This is nothing. This is just because one of my old hard drives needed NTFS. It was I forgot the formatting, but it was not Mac friendly, so I had to install that. That's nothing. That's just the player. Okay, this one, cloudmounter. This one is called cloudmounter. Now, you've heard of Dropbox. I'm not using it for Dropbox, honestly. I could even delete that right now. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, we haven't gotten around to that. Open Drive, okay? I use Open Drive for files now because it's cheap and it's unlimited. Seems to work fairly good. And I use cloudmounter to make it act like a Dropbox drive on the desktop because Open Drive does not have that built in where you can bring things onto the cloud and off of the local drive. They don't seem to have that function in Open Drive itself. So I use cloudmounter to mount the cloud storage as if it were a local drive. So pretty cool stuff. Now, it does take a little configuring and it's not perfect. You see this uploading one file? I'm just going to mention here, this one file here. Yeah, sometimes it's a little finicky. It's getting better with their updates, but I'll tell you it's not perfect. Now, tourbox. Tourbox is incredible. Let me just show you this, okay? This is the tourbox, and it's an incredible piece of software and hardware. I use this to navigate across lots of software here. And as you can see, there's buttons and wheels and knobs on it. And this is how you control it. This is the console. You can customize the hell out of this thing. You can do macro commands. And actually one of the cool things that it does, which I can't show you right now because you can open up menus with these buttons too, and then scroll around them with the buttons. So, I mean, I've got a pretty heavy one here on Ableton. The thing about it, oh yeah, and Lightroom. I actually have two for Lightroom. I use one for the editing of the photos, and then I use one for the sorting of all the photos. So I can sort through thousands of photos in a matter of minutes, really, because I use the wheel to track through the tourbox things. To track through the photos, and then rate them real quick and get an organized list. First, I start with flagging. Then we'll have a whole video on this at some point. But that's the tourbox. Okay, now next on this list, of course, you might not know this, but if you hold Command, you can rearrange these as you see fit. Okay, Raycast. Oh my God. Let me tell you, if you have Mac OS, get Raycast. Just get it. I mean, maybe if you're a power user and you're watching this, go ahead and get Alfred, or keep using Alfred, or whatever you want. But oh my God, I can't say enough good things about Raycast. First of all, it's very lightweight, does not hurt the CPU. Invoke it. It's so much better than Spotlight, you wouldn't believe, okay? For one thing, I can use aliases to bring up things. So I can type the thing that I want. I can also, there's lots of different functions on here, like the built-in copy and paste module, which you can go back in time all you want, okay? So that's really cool. I mean, we're going to have to do several videos on this whole thing, but it's an amazing piece of software to help you organize everything. Everything. Can't say enough good things about it. Again, it's so useful. I mean, it's pretty much, if I had to pick one piece of software to keep on here, it would probably be Raycast. Okay, so if you haven't heard of it, go and get it. It's free. It's absolutely free. There's a pro version, but you don't need the pro version, honestly. I don't need the pro version. I like the version that's free. It's fine. Karabiner. I use this for a few special software things. It is good for a few specific things if you want to change the function of a key. So here's one that I did. I wanted to make the caps lock when I'm doing command switching, when I command tab, okay? Sometimes I miss that key and I want to use, I want it to function just as good, the caps lock key. So I did indeed make it so that if I'm holding down command, the caps lock acts as the tab key. So either or, I can use tab or caps lock just fine. Very specific types of modifications on the keys. These I disabled, not using. So really I'm only using it for the command and caps lock at the moment. But very useful, also free. Oh man. Now we're getting to some really good stuff here. Hazel. This is next on the list. Hazel. Okay. I use Hazel for a few very specific purposes. And this has to go, this is important to the flow of my computer. You see, my computer always has space on it now. And I can tell you that is because I have created these rules on Hazel where it automatically moves files into the archive on the cloud storage using the Open Drive and cloudmounter. So what we have done here is what you're seeing is these rules. If it wasn't created in the last 2 weeks, then we move it to, remember we were talking about cloudmounter earlier? Well, this is one of the folders on cloudmounter. Archive CC, standing for content creator, okay? I put everything in a feed. That's how I work. And we'll have several videos on that workflow at some point. But to get into this quickly, on Hazel, you can create rules in order. This is just one function. I mean, you can have lots of different types of rules and things happen. But for me, what I use it for is to have things auto sort. So looks like we lost the connection here. That's not a problem. We can fix that. I think it just got confused. I might have done some renaming of some files. I'll figure that out later. But how it works is it sorts things into subfolders. So you can have it auto sort. I auto sort my photos so that on my professional photos that I export out of Lightroom, it automatically goes into a month and year folder so that I don't have to do any of that work at all. I export it, bam, goes in there. Okay. Screenshots, I have that sort into I have an archive of screenshots and I sort that. And then here we have it move things. We move things out of the desktop hard drive into the cloud hard drive automatically after a certain point in time. So that I don't even have to think about it, but my hard drive is always clear with plenty of space for the projects that I'm working on. So that's Hazel. Hazel's a tremendous piece of software. I think it's about, I don't know, it's like a little over $40, something like that. Definitely worth it, I believe. But, all right. Next thing on the menu bar is Stream Deck. I've got two Stream Decks. I got one on an XL on the right and the one with knobs, the Plus on the left. Now, you don't technically need this, but it looks cool and it's useful for some software. So I'll show you one that I set up, okay? I set up some profiles here. So for live, I can get around, you know, it's nice to have the big record bar there and to be able to mark some stuff and basically useful. Also, let's see, Final Cut. I've got some, you know, useful commands here for navigating around. And another one, OBS. I like it for OBS because I use my scene changers here. When I press these buttons, it changes to the different, these are screens, and these are cameras, and here's the start and stop. I also use it for, I created a cool one for Spotify, and you see a bunch of stuff playing. I could even, well, I could show you that real quick. Let's see. See how it updates with the photo of the album currently playing. Kind of fun. Now here's another one. Lightroom. Lightroom's probably the most intense one that I use here with the Stream Deck. I've configured it to have some important functions there. I do use this one. I probably use this Stream Deck more than the other ones. I also have it configured on here, of course, Lightroom. not as many things, but I can sort and rate, and also I can flag, unflag, open up. I have it next to the secondary monitor, so secondary windows of library, the loop, the compare, survey. On the plus, though, on the XL, the filters are what I use. These are filter bars, okay? This one here is a filter by star rating, filter rejections, flags, and I use blue to finish off photos. Red is like stuff that I'm working on. You want to move it to topaz? Sure. You want to move it and work on it there. You want to move it to Photoshop, work on it there. So you want to put the grid on? Sure. Go ahead. So yeah, very useful for that. And that is the Stream Deck. Here, let's go on here. Oh, here's a simple one. This is called Keyboard Scroller. This is Keyboard Scroller. I'll show you how it works real quick. Let's open up Safari. Okay. And let's see what we got here. Let's just open up one of these folders. Or Facebook, sure. Facebook, okay? We can use keyboard commands to scroll. So, yeah. Pretty useful for that. Simple app. Free on, I think it's on GitHub. Or you could just look for it. Keyboard scroller should pop up. I haven't found anything else to allow me to use keyboard commands in order to scroll through pages. I like to use the keyboard, not have to keep moving to the mouse to scroll. Dropbox, we all know what that is. Okay, this is Menuwhere. This is useful for accessing the menu from any place on your mouse by holding Option and doing a right click. You see that? See how we did that? You can open up the menu from anywhere. So pretty nice. Simple app as well. Amphetamine. All right, Amphetamine is a useful app if you are downloading something important or uploading something important, and you don't want the computer to sleep, because as we all know, that can sometimes mess things up. So I use Amphetamine to just turn it on. Very cheap app. There's other similar things that are also free, I believe, but this one does come in use. It is good to have up here. BetterTouchTool. Oh my, this is another one that is very important. It's called BetterTouchTool, or BTT for short. I have many things in here that I use. One of them being I made Command 7 put the date in every file. Whenever I save a file, I auto date it. I put the format, year, month, date in that format, and it pastes the text for me. There's lots of stuff. You can run scripts. Here's one I made for making a text document in any folder that you're in on Finder by invoking it. And there's the Apple script for that. I couldn't live without this. I mean, really, there's so many useful things I have made on here. A lot of it for running different types of scripts for custom actions. Mainly, I'm using it for this auto naming. Also, you might see on here magnet subs. Okay, so magnet is another one we're going to get to right here. which actually looks like we could skip over to it because this is just focus, that's airdrop. So magnet, I use this for removing the windows. Now, the new Mac OS does have this function, but it didn't seem to really work as well as I wanted to. In fact, I didn't even get it to work at all with the globe key and the control and arrow keys. I wasn't sure what I was doing wrong, but I'm used to using magnet and these commands. However, I wanted special commands to be able to use it in the keyboard without having to move my fingers over to the arrow keys. So I made these little magnet subs in there. So, it's good for substitute keys. I mean, there's a lot of things to talk about with BetterTouchTool, but yeah. And then magnet. Very useful for window management. Highly recommended. This is from... I don't even know what this is from. This is from Which. Okay, Which. I use Which for Command Tab. Application Switcher. So I can customize it. Let me show you what I mean. Bam. You notice this isn't the standard application switcher. It looks a little different. For one thing, it can reopen, minimize windows automatically without having to do the little shift over to the option key. You can open those up automatically, and it's very quick for that. But there's another thing you can do. I mean, it's got a lot of advanced features. Another thing that you can do is do a vertical list, and you can go through your things like that, which is pretty cool. So yeah, so that's Which, and this is, I don't even know why I have the menu bar thing up. I guess don't really need that right now. Next thing, Pure Paste. Pure Paste is a simple little app I got from that developer that makes a lot of cool apps, Cinder Sawdust or something like that. It's all free, mostly all free, or very, very cheap. And this is a simple app that runs in the background. I don't even need it in the menu bar, but I just I don't want to forget that it's there. So it's called Pure Paste. It's going to work in the background. Basically, any text that you copy from anywhere is going to be copied as plain text rather than with the formatting. So if you ever had that experience where you're you're trying to copy something from an email or from notes or whatever, and then it always copies the formatting, so it makes it look like it did in the previous software, and it's annoying. I find it super annoying. So having it just always copy as plain text is nice. Creative Cloud, we got all our Adobe apps there. This is Screen Studio. We don't want to touch that or else it's going to stop the recording. This is a new one as well. I invoke it with a key command, and I can write anything I want. Finish this video, and look at that. Pops up on the menu bar. Pretty cool. Simple thing. Also from the same developer who made the Pure Paste. So yeah, it's good. Now, yeah, look, this is just showing me that Screen Studio. Here's a brand new app. This is the last one we're going to go through today. And this one's called TextSniper. I had to get it because it's just so fun. Okay, so you're going to invoke it by Command-Shift-2, which makes it simple because it's it's kind of like a screenshot app, but it's not. So, or we can just press that. So, let me show you how it works. Pay attention to what you're reading here, okay? Copy to clipboard. Did you see that right there? Let's open up Notes, and look at that. All the text there. All the text is there. Long story short, what does TextSniper do? You highlight whatever you want, and it's going to read the text from it, and it does a really good job at it. It's very quick, very lightweight. It is useful. if you're dealing with a lot of images and you want to just grab the text real quick, you know, of anything. It's very quick like that. So anyways, here you have it. We went through quite a lot here, and lots of great apps. You know, you got to fill up that menu bar. Of course, it's good to use everything natively, but you know, the most important ones I have here, obviously, I need the software to go with tourbox, and then BetterTouchTool, and of course, shortcat is fun, but maybe not completely necessary. It just helps me get around without the mouse. Raycast and BetterTouchTool, probably the strongest apps here. Raycast, I mean, there's so much you can do with it. Probably do some of the stuff that I already have in different apps with Raycast with their extensions. But there you have it. There are the menu items on my computer, and I hope to do a lot more videos like this in the future. So thanks for watching.